Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Of course, good afternoon, everyone on YouTube. This is Von Resper Jr. Of course, King Von Jr. Rather. You can follow. You can subscribe to me here on YouTube at King Von Jr. Follow me on Twitter at King Von Jr. 720 as well. And of course, right now I like to give a rundown. Give my review on last night's terrific segment, the best segment of the night, if not really the best segment of the year, in my view, between Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. I knew that this was going to happen. I knew that something was bound to go down like this, even before Lesnar gave CM Punk that F5, a few weeks ago. Even before that, I knew that something like this, was bound to happen. That they were pretty much destined to have a match together. You know what I'm saying? That there was no way that you could have those two guys together in the same company without having them have a program and have a match. And so just so happened that Paul Heyman is on is on Brock Lesnar's side, or should I say I meant that. But it just so happened that Paul Heyman decides to favor Brock Lesnar and stand in his corner as opposed to CM Punk. And I think it's perfect really for Heyman to be in Lesnar's corner like this, because CM Punk is a natural on the mic. He's terrific on the mic anyway, so he doesn't really need anyone to speak for him. Whereas with Brock Lesnar, it's the opposite. Lesnar's biggest weakness, of course, would be his mic skills. So who better to really be his mouthpiece and to really talk for him than a guy like Paul Heyman. Of course, both Paul Heyman guys, but one is just naturally far superior on the mic. And of course, Lesnar's Lesnar, of course, is of course the tough guy. So the guy who doesn't say much, but he speaks through beating guys up. So but yeah, I think that like I said, for me, even from the moment that that I saw them on I know it's gonna sound crazy, but from the moment I seen them together on the WWE 12 game and stuff like that, these different things that they're doing, I knew there was only a matter of time before, I know I'm sounding like repeat myself, but I knew it was only a matter of time, before they would end up colliding. And so what better way for them to have a program than what better place for them to have a match together than at SummerSlam, one of the big 4 pay-per-views of the company, along with Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. So and I think that this will be will be a terrific way to help rebuild and repackage Brock Lesnar, especially since he signed a contract extension. And and Lesnar definitely needs it really more than anything, considering his crappy record so far, since his return, with the way he's become a notch on the belts of John Cena and Triple H, which I think were just absolutely pathetic matches, both overall. So right now, Lesnar, I want to say he's about maybe 2-2, I believe. Since he's had his return. But I think that CM Punk would really bring out the best, bring out even more of Brock Lesnar. And I think I think that this certainly will not disappoint, even in spite of the difference when it comes to size. And I think everybody's biggest criticism of CM Punk is his size. But at the same time, if you're a really good worker, a really great ring general, which Punk is, especially by today's standards, I certainly believe that that he'll hold his own and bring a lot out of Lesnar as well. Look at the match that he had with The Rock at the Royal Rumble. And I think that was really The Rock's best match since he came back, even over the matches against Cena. Of course, the matches with Cena had the drama, but of course they weren't the best by Rocky standards, but still, but like I said, with a guy like CM Punk, Punk's the type of guy, Punk is the type of guy that will hold his own weight and really hold his own, like I said, he definitely won't disappoint. And so especially when it comes to these two characters, these are two manly characters. What I'm saying, like guys who really fit the mold of those. Excuse me. These are the type of characters that really appeal to, of course, the adults, the grown men like myself, and like many of you out there who are watching this video. These guys, guys like Lesnar and Punk appeal to our demographic. They absolutely appeal to our demographic, and I think that the time that they had this segment, was one of the best times to really have it, especially during that 10 o'clock hour when the kids are asleep. So that's the perfect time to bring in the adult crowd. Even though personally, I think that it should have been the last match of the night. I mean the last segment of the night. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I could do that for another video. But yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to to this match, to the build up, to the promos and everything like that, and especially with the F5 on the table, on the announce table. But for real, what I think that WWE should do, is to bring back, just to bring out a random table to leave out there, so that Lesnar could have done even more damage. Instead of one of those little flimsy announce tables, that they just leave out there. But I mean, I think they should have had at least at least have a wooden table for like a specialty like that. Anytime somebody's going to get slammed through a table, just leave a wooden table out there instead of using the commentary tables. But yeah. Like I said, this is something that that we've all been waiting for, and I think this is going to be another great notch on CM Punk's belt, as far as this year, because so far he started off the year great with of course with his match against The Rock at the Royal Rumble, and of course that led into his match with Taker at WrestleMania, which both were clearly the matches of the night and matches of the year. Punk versus Rock at Royal Rumble, along with Punk versus Taker at WrestleMania. So I think CM Punk's gonna have yet another blockbuster at one of the big four against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So that would be, that's gonna be add even more to him. So yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and just leave your comments at the bottom and let me know what you think. See ya.